everybody? My name is Denzel. Welcome to OMT. OMT stands for Open Market Trader, and I'm really excited to go ahead and put this video out as this is my first video on the channel. Before we go ahead and begin today, I wanted to ask you guys, what is the most expensive thing you probably went ahead and spent money on and you regretted it after? What was a big money mistake? And then I would like to, for those who are traders, I know some people are here who probably never traded before, and you're probably clicking on this video just to know what it's about. So that's why I asked that other question. And then this other question that I do have for those people who do trade is, what was your worst trade and how did you feel after that, right? So we're going to see why I asked this question, going into my recent biggest loss and how did I feel after that. And funny enough, my recent biggest loss wasn't even due to a trade. And we're going to go ahead and break that down. So to state the title clearly is The Gambler in Me, the $7,000 lesson that wasn't even a trade, is that I plan to go public with the challenge growing a $10,000 account into $100,000. And in the process of me starting that challenge, within the week, I plan to start it on a certain week. And the week prior to that, sorry about that, I hit my microphone. But the week prior to that, I went ahead and I sports betted. And when I sports betted, I think I was probably up on the week around like $4,000 to $5,000. This is me telling you guys the story of how this happened. I was up around $4,000 to $5,000 just off strictly sports bets. And then when I was up, this was like a Saturday. Like I'm closing basically, it's probably like a little bit of women's basketball, a little bit of college football, stuff like that. So by the end of a Saturday, I'm up on the week maybe $4,000 to $5,000. So when Sunday comes, it's football season just started, right? So I go ahead and I place one bet, and when I place one of the bets, I ended up losing one bet. And when I lost that one bet, we know, some of us may know how this goes if you're a gambler, is that you try to make back your losses, which is the worst thing to do in any industry, especially sports betting and especially trading. So I tried to make back my losses. And then I think we could all, guess what may have happened next is that it's a tumble effect. And then that tumble effect is that it leads to more losses and more losses and more losses. And that's how we ended up with the $7,000 loss there. So what did that do to me, psychologically, is that now psychologically I'm depleted. I have no more energy. I'm feeling like shit. I'm feeling like I don't have anything to give in terms of I feel like I won't come up with the proper trade assessment. I feel like I had a goal in mind to start a challenge, and now I'm not going to go ahead and do that challenge. I felt so low, right? And with feeling low, I'm like, man, am I ever going to start whatever I plan on doing? Am I ever going to accomplish all of these things? And it's not that I can't accomplish it. It's not that we can't accomplish certain things. And what I mean by we, I'm talking about you guys, the viewers. We can absolutely accomplish and win some of the battles. But the persona that we take on is very important. What we do outside of the market, what we do outside of things that are important to us, are extremely important to our success, to our, just having us feel good about ourselves, right? So what I did after hours was detrimental. What I did outside of market hours was detrimental. And when that happened, I'm looking at myself like this didn't happen because I went long on Tesla and it pulled back on me, or I went short on SPY and I got caught in a bull trap. All of this happened due to my misbehavior and my lack of discipline. And how does that play in the market, right? So now I remember in the past when I was really heavily into sports betting more so, was that I would go ahead and I would lose a bet, and when I traded, I'm trying to make back the money I lost sports betting. So look how crazy that sounds, right? Is that something that is supposed to be a disciplined area, something that is supposed to be where you walk into the trading world and you try to build some level of consistency. I'm coming in there with a gambler's mindset. So it's important that we try to remove the gambler within all of us and focus on the systematic, processed person within us, because that's where we're going to see the most success. That's where we're going to see everything that we're looking for within this industry, within this market, right? So I have to go ahead and pivot my way out of, what I did wrong and put myself in a position where I'm going to focus on the things that need to be done right. So when I'm going on this live stream on September 29th, hope to see you guys there. When I go on this live stream, there's a few rules that I have for myself going forward. One of my first rules is going to be no foolishness outside of the market. That means no sports betting. That means not doing foolish things with my money. Like, I don't go to the club anymore like I did when I was in my early 20s. But, going to the club, spending a lot of money doing something stupid. I barely drink. When I was younger, I used to drink. But like buying drinks, $200, like foolish things that we do outside of the market, spending money crazy. I know for me it was sports betting, but maybe some of you have different habits. So we want to watch what we do outside of market hours. Right. And then rule number two is going to be I cannot risk more than 1 to 2% of my account in the actual live trade. Now, there's going to be moments where, because I'm growing an account, I'm going to be a bit aggressive. So that rule is going to be a little bit flexible. But that leads me to rule number 3, is that I cannot lose no more than 3 to 5% of my account. Right. And once I lose 3 to 5% of that account, I have to call it a day. My day is over. I can no longer be at the trading desk. So that's going to be a rule there. Right. So this challenge is to go ahead and create some level of responsibility on my part to be accountable of the things that I'm saying right now. Right. And I want this challenge to be something where all of us are coming together, where you guys come inside the chats and you guys are giving me some ideas. I'm giving you guys some ideas, but you guys get to, see a trader actually be a trader. I know some people have communities. Some people have, things you have to go ahead and pay for it to see them do it. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm creating content to go ahead and so it's free and accessible to you guys. When I first started trading, I didn't really know where to go. I found a few people I was able to watch, a few mentors that helped me along the way. But I remember those early days of trading is that I didn't even know how people were trading. So I want to go ahead and show you guys how to trade, show you guys what is the right way to trade, grow my account in front of you guys so you guys can actually see that this is possible. So that is the whole point of this. And, you guys are going to see the personality that I need to go ahead and carry, not a gambler's mentality. The difference between a gambler and a day trader is that a gambler is basically hoping for something to happen, while a trader is assessing things well enough to go ahead and find some level of profitability at the end of a trade. Now, there's one guy who told me this at Traders for a Cause, and he said that trading is gambling. And he's a very successful trader, and I do agree with him on that. Trading is gambling. Trading and gambling provides the same type of emotions, provides the same type of gut-wrenching feeling when you're in a position. It's the same thing if you put a bet on. You might feel a gut in your stomach, like, are you going to win or are you going to lose? Now, we need to control that gambler, though, and put on the forefront a process-oriented person that can make great decisions, great assessments in order for the best outcome, right? So that is the focus. The focus is not to go ahead and try to make $1,000, but the focus is to, if you lose, I want to lose. I want to be the best loser and make sure that I am within my rules stack where it's like I cannot lose no more than 3 to 5% within the day, right? Like that is it right there. I don't want to risk no more than 1 to 2%. I want to set a foundation where it is unbreakable. And that's what you guys will also need to go ahead and do as well. So the point of all of this live trading, the video I'm making now, is that mistakes do happen. Things do happen. But we got to bounce back from them. And we got to go ahead and be consistent when we are good. And be consistent to not do bad. So I can't go after this video and go place a bet tomorrow. No, that's not going to be the case. The case is that I need to go in on my off days when the market is not open and make good decisions. Go to the gym, go for a run, do things that can help the mind. Even creating this video right now to you guys is helpful for me, because the thing about trading is that trading is very lonely. You really don't got anyone to talk to unless you're in a community. And even then, when you're in the community can be real crazy. A lot of people talking, because I've been inside some communities where like you can still kind of feel alone in that journey. So trading, no matter what, it's a lonely game, and we try to find some type of togetherness within it. So that's trading there. So please go ahead, smash that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you guys on Monday, September 29th. And this is going to be a journey for us to grow together, a journey for us to go ahead and find success in the markets, be process oriented, and, really see what we are made of. So I'm going to see you guys then. Thank you guys for joining. Once again, please like, follow, and subscribe. And thank you guys for joining this first episode here. Peace and love.